For my tribute speech, I will be talking about Charles Darwin. He is a great scientist who revolutionized ideas. An English naturalist and geologist, best known for his contributions to evolutionary theory, Charles Robert Darwin was born in Shropshire, England, on February the 12th, 1809, at his family home, The Mount. He was the fifth of 6 children of a wealthy society doctor and financier, Robert Darwin and Susanna Darwin. Darwin established that all species of life have descended over time from common ancestry. He established evolutionary theory, and he also came up with the idea of natural selection. Common ancestry between organisms of different species arise during speciation, in which new species are established from a single ancestral population. According to Wikipedia, in evolutionary biology, a group of organisms share common descent if they have a common ancestor. There is strong evidence that all living organisms on Earth are descended from a common ancestor. They are called the last universal ancestor, or LUA. In 8 years of work on barnacles, Darwin's theory helped him to find homologies, showing that slightly changed body parts served different functions to meet new conditions, thus evolution. In some genre, he found minute male parasitic on hermaphrodites, showing an intermediate stage of evolution of distinct sexes. In 1853, it earned him the Royal Society's Royal Medal, and it made his reputation as a biologist. He resumed work on his theory of species in 1854, and in November realized that the divergence in the character of descendants could be explained by them becoming adapted to diversified places in the economy of nature. Now let's talk about Darwin's theory of natural selection. According to the book What is Life by J. Phelan, natural selection is the branching of evolution in which struggle for existence has a similar effect to the artificial selection involved in selective breeding. In 1959, Darwin published a book called The Origin of Species in 1959, sparking a wide debate and discussion about natural selection. Darwin had convinced most scientists that evolution as descended with modification was in fact correct, and he was regarded as a scientist who had revolutionized ideas. Though few agreed with this view that natural selection has been the main but not exclusive means of modification, he was honored in 1909 by more than 400 officials and scientists from across the world, whom all gathered in Cambridge to commemorate Darwin. They commemorated him at the 5th anniversary on the origin of species. During this period, he has been called the eclipse of Darwinism. Scientists proposed various alternative evolutionary mechanisms which eventually proved inevitable. The development of modern evolutionary synthesis from the 1930s to the 1950s, incorporating natural selection with population genetics and Mendelian genetics, brought broad scientific consensus that natural selection was the basic mechanisms of evolution. This synthesis set a frame of reference for modern debates and refinements of the theory. During Darwin's lifetime, many geological figures and features were given his name. Darwin's years of studies, discoveries, and extensive research led to the discovery of common ancestry, evolution, and natural selection, just to name a few of his contributions. In 1881, Darwin was an eminent figure, still working on his contributions to evolutionary thought that had an enormous effect on many fields of science. Charles Darwin passed, finally, of heart problems April the 19th, 1882. His contributions led to many great discoveries that we now all know. A great contributor to many facets of science in the world, Charles Darwin, you will be missed.